Marcus Aurelius is one of the most renowned figures in Stoic philosophy, having served as the Roman emperor from 161 AD to 180 AD. Despite holding the highest position of power, he espoused beliefs in justice and fairness and authored important works such as Meditations, which became a representative text of Stoic philosophy. In Meditations, he emphasizes the importance of examining oneself and others from the perspective of the universe, using Stoic philosophy to alleviate stress and anxiety and become an outstanding leader. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that right action is the key to personal happiness, requiring sound judgment and clear rational thinking. This video will explore how to cultivate rational thinking through Aurelius's teachings, providing 5 important lessons. First, wise conceptions, perception control in Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius's words touch deeply on the core principles of Stoic philosophy. He points out that our perception determines our cognition and reaction to the world. In our daily lives, we tend to judge everything we encounter, categorizing things as good or bad, beautiful or ugly, and so on. However, this unconscious practice immerses us in the fluctuations of emotions, potentially leading to a negative outlook on life. For example, when faced with difficulties, if we perceive every interaction as bad, the entire day may seem more negative. If we find a party boring, it will only become a dull part of our whole week. We often let emotion sway our initial judgments of things, which are often subjective and may be exaggerated by our emotions. For instance, when our partner breaks up with us, we may express sadness in an overly exaggerated manner, ignoring the basic fact that they no longer love us. Therefore, as Aurelius suggests, we should learn to control our perceptions, transcending the influence of emotions to view things from a more objective perspective. Our feelings often stem from our interpretations and evaluations of things, rather than the facts themselves. The wise of the Stoic school urge people to carefully consider everything they face and their own actions. This cautious attitude involves setting aside our initial judgments of things, transcending the impulses of emotions, and viewing the world with a more optimistic and rational perspective. Try to reimagine that seemingly boring party as an opportunity to explore new places and meet new friends. Perhaps you will find that, despite not engaging deeply with others, you did not participate with negative emotions. This practice means not being swayed by intentions and emotions and is the best way to cultivate perception of life. When facing challenges, reflecting on one's attitude is crucial. Ask yourself, is my thinking rational? Upon what standards do I form my viewpoints? Are there more positive and rational ways to understand the problem? Marcus Aurelius emphasizes that only when we perceive difficulties as difficult do they become so. This suggests that every challenge we experience can become more severe or alleviated depending on our attitude. Therefore, we can entirely control their impact on us by adjusting our attitudes toward the situations. The Stoics advocate viewing every setback as an opportunity for inner growth and seeing adversity as a source of strengthening the will. This is a way of cultivating perspective in Stoic philosophy, where challenges are referred to as turning obstacles. When a new colleague's learning progress is slow, leading to a loss in company profits, you may feel frustrated. However, such situations also present an opportunity for improvement, a chance to cultivate patience, become a better mentor, and learn to deal with challenges. These skills are not only useful in the present, but will also help you achieve long-term benefits in the future. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action." In general, rather than exaggerating everything encountered, it is better to spend time examining them objectively. You might be surprised to find that life is simpler and clearer than you imagined. Every situation has positive and negative interpretations, and when you adjust your mindset, you'll find fewer things troubling you as they did before, and you'll face life's challenges more calmly. Second, Emotional control of Marcus Aurelius as wisdom. Marcus Aurelius advises us to control our emotions, not allowing them to dictate our actions, avoiding becoming hypocritical, self-centered, or irritable individuals. Actions driven by emotions often differ greatly from rational actions, and this is not without reason. Emotions can cloud judgment and are a significant obstacle to human thought. Therefore, if you want to maintain clear thinking at all times, controlling emotions is paramount. According to Marcus Aurelius, especially anger, its harm far outweighs its benefits. Contrary to common belief, controlling emotions is not about denying their existence but redirecting them, as advocated by the Stoics. So when anger strikes, ask yourself how to dissipate it. While shouting loudly may be tempting, does it reduce harm or improve the situation? Does it make the betrayer repent? Ponder over whether your actions truly serve any benefit. If emotions cannot solve the problem, then find ways to express your feelings. Perhaps calmly discussing with the person who hurt you, expressing your feelings, trying to understand their perspective, may lead to better results. Or write down your feelings in a diary, engage in physical exercise, or immerse yourself in a game to help release your anger. On the other hand, anxiety or fear cannot be simply suppressed, but can be redirected. Do not let them overwhelm you. Instead, challenge yourself, bravely face your fears, acknowledge their existence. By easily shifting emotions, maintaining inner peace, and rational thinking, pave the way for wise decisions. Control emotions, achieve inner tranquility. Third, love of fate, the wisdom of control and acceptance. Marcus Aurelius teaches, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Control and the uncontrollable form a dichotomy of life, distinguishing what can be controlled from what cannot. Weather, traffic, others' judgments are beyond our control, but clothing, itinerary, companions are within our grasp. In times of emotional fluctuation, ask what can be controlled. The controller is the source of action, while the uncontrollable must be accepted, not allowing it to influence us. Distinguishing between the two, the mind becomes clear. In the dichotomy of control and the uncontrollable, amor fati is an important chapter, the love of fate. When you embrace life and its circumstances, you will love it eternally. If a desired job eludes you for years, it may seem like a time of despair, but this is a misconception. Do not view unfulfilled desires as entirely negative, but seek their roots and positively address them. Accepting one's fate means maintaining distance from fixed outcomes and external signs of success. Make every effort to pursue your goals, but do not forget the possibility of unattainability in this. Holding such thoughts becomes necessary. Fourth, the path of virtue, the moral philosophy of Stoicism. Quoting Marcus Aurelius, look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up, if thou wilt ever dig. Virtue is the exemplary manifestation of character, or simply put, it is morally good behavior. Morally good behavior not only benefits you and those around you, but also contributes to the greater good. Stoicism believes in a world of interdependence, where all things and people are connected in some way. According to Stoic theory, what is ultimately beneficial to the greater good is also most beneficial to you. This is why Stoicism firmly believes that the most rational people are those who are committed to the greater good, in other words, those who exhibit moral behavior. According to Stoicism, not exhibiting moral behavior is the result of ignorance. When life leads you in an unexpected direction, virtue can guide you to make the right choices and maintain balance. That's why the most virtuous people are the calmest and most relaxed. To become a virtuous person, one must adhere to the most precious virtues of Stoicism, namely wisdom, justice, temperance, and courage. Wisdom takes precedence, valued by Stoicism for its ability to discern good from evil and to maintain moderation. Justice is derived from wisdom and is reflected in fairness and justice towards others and oneself. Stoicism advocates that individuals should be responsible for themselves, others, and society. Courage comes next, as it involves taking action in the face of inner fears, doing what is necessary or beneficial. Courage is not only about overcoming fear, desire, or anxiety, but also about acting decisively in moments of fear, passion, and anxiety. Finally, temperance, which means maintaining balance between extremes, neither excessive nor deficient. In practice, temperance often manifests as self-control, self-discipline, or restraint. According to Aurelius, what sets humans apart from animals is their ability to restrain themselves. Temperance is more important than temporary satisfaction for ensuring long-term happiness. To illustrate with a very trivial example, consider a bag of potato chips. Eating the entire bag of potato chips in one go may feel satisfying in the moment, but is harmful to your health, and may even affect your mood in certain situations. Therefore, one should practice self-control and stop after eating a few bites. Wisdom also aids in temperance. Only through wise reflection can you decide how much is needed before stopping. Stoicism categorizes all possible things and actions in the world as good, evil, or neutral. Seeking the good, avoiding evil, and freely choosing the neutral are always important. When you violate any of these virtues, you create evil. Fifth, the overview effect, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. At the end of this video, Marcus Aurelius quotes Plato, admiring his wisdom. How beautifully Plato put this when he said that whenever you want to talk about people, it's best to take an overview. We are often plagued by our own problems, seeing them as insurmountable challenges. But when we look at life's problems from a broader perspective, we realize that these problems are not so significant, and our existence is not so important. By taking a step back and examining the bigger picture, we can gain a clearer understanding of the problems we face and realize that these issues may not be as severe or important within a larger scope. This perspective also helps us recognize that our own viewpoints and experiences are not the only important things. Others may have different experiences and perspectives. Stepping back to examine the issue can also help us discover more choices and possibilities. When making decisions, considering the overall situation and all available options is crucial. Lastly, examining the overall situation not only helps determine what is important, but also helps form a comprehensive understanding of all the choices or aspects of a problem, thereby better judging it. Stepping back to examine the issue is the path of the wise, meaning to set aside personal desires and examine the vast world. Every action in the world, no matter how small, is connected to the universe, like the orbits of planets intertwining in the starry sky. Stoicism tells us that everything in the universe is interconnected, and personal well-being coexists harmoniously with the world. Therefore, examining the bigger picture is superior to focusing on the individual. When life presents dilemmas and challenges, introspection is crucial. In moments of introspection, we weigh the consequences, view things from the perspective of others, and seek the path to liberation together. By observing the world and its inhabitants, the wise gain wisdom, unaffected by disturbances and not confused by distractions. Examining the whole, releasing doubts, opening the door to wisdom, and being at ease in the universe.